You're watching Machindo's hometown station, HTV1.
Hello everyone, it's Brett Boyd from the Market House, where we have adjusted our hours to serve the community and keep our community and our associates safe. So now Market House is available to you from 9 until 6 every single day, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. with an exclusive shopping hour for seniors from 9 to 10. And don't forget our tech shopping service as well, 517-234-2020. Market House is here for you.
Tired of having everyone know you're coming before you arrive because of your exhaust? If so, then it's time to call the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. RS Custom Exhaust has all the tools and parts to make your vehicle quiet again. And for you sports car enthusiasts, if you're looking for the roar to be the king of the roads, RS Custom Exhaust can help you too. With free estimates and first-class service, RS Custom Exhaust has your vehicle covered. So stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
From Machindo's news leader, this is HTV1 News at noon.
Well, new cases of COVID-19 have been reported in Hillsdale and Lenawee counties, while the rest of the area has held steady over the past 24 hours. Well, good afternoon, Machindo. I'm Scott Piana. According to the latest numbers from the area health departments, Hillsdale County has had 19 confirmed cases of the novel coronavirus, and Lenawee County has 22. Branch County holds steady at 2 confirmed cases among residents and 14 cases at the Lakeland Correctional Facility. Steuben and Fulton counties report 2 cases, while Williams County still has not reported any cases of COVID-19. It may seem like the virus is slowing down, but health officials at all levels say that that is not the case. Positive test results and deaths are expected to rise sharply in the coming month, prompting leaders in all 3 states to prepare for the spike. Authorities urged everyone to stay at home unless they absolutely have to go out for essential life-sustaining purposes. And in that vein, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer has expanded the state's emergency declaration and has also declared a state of disaster. The new order specifically gives the Emergency Management and Homeland Security Division of the Michigan State Police the responsibility of coordinating all-state efforts to assist local governments and officials, and gives the MSP the authority to use resources from all state departments in that effort. It also says that the state of emergency and state of disaster will remain in effect until the emergency and disaster conditions no longer exist, and appropriate programs that have been implemented to recover from the efforts of the pandemic. Now, the order has been sent to State Senate Majority Leader Mike Shirkey and State House Speaker Lee Chatfield, asking them to pass a concurrent resolution that extends the declarations by 70 days from the date that the resolution is passed. In a press release, Governor Whitmer says that the actions will allow her administration to respond more effectively to every facet of the crisis. And breaking news this afternoon, Governor Whitmer has ended Michigan's school year, as executive order just signed this morning has closed all K-12 school buildings for the remainder of the academic year unless restrictions are lifted. The order sets guidelines for remote learning, and school facilities may be used by public school employees and contractors for that purpose, as long as the social distancing is observed. School associates are currently developing templates for local schools to file their remote learning plans. Local district plans will be approved by their regional intermediate school districts, and public schools public school academies will have their plans approved by their authorizers. Districts are free to use a variety of methods in their plans, including remote learning, but if the remote learning is part of the plan, the district must have a way to ensure access to everyone who needs it, and no one will be penalized if they cannot participate. Mental health care services should continue to be the best extent possible, and districts should also continue to provide meals. Unused personal protection equipment should be donated to organizations that need it. Districts can adopt a balanced school year and begin the 2021 school year before Labor Day without additional approval. Teachers and employees will be paid for the remainder of this school year. Students, teachers will also be able to get a temporary certification, and current teachers will still be able to get their certifications renewed, even if they can't meet all requirements due to the crisis. All seniors will have the opportunity to graduate. All standardized tests that were scheduled for the remainder of this year have been canceled, and there will be a date in October for raising seniors for them to take the SAT and younger students to take the PSAT. The plan mostly matches what was reported by Bridge Magazine on Monday, despite objections from the governor's office. While state governors continue to lead the battle against COVID-19, attorneys generals are taking on companies that violate the law and the executive orders curtailing all but essential businesses. Ohio's Deputy Attorney General Jonathan Fulkerson yesterday issued a cease and desist letter to Hobby Lobby, which he says continues to operate its public storefronts despite the state's lockdown. Fulkerson said the craft store does not appear to meet the criteria outlined in the lockdown order, and he ordered Hobby Lobby to immediately shut down operations. The company has 24 hours to either comply with the order or provide an argument for why they believe that their operation is essential. Otherwise, the letter says that the office will take all appropriate measures to enforce the order. Hobby Lobby has faced public criticism recently due to a letter to employees from CEO David Green. Quoting that letter, the Christian Post reports that Green appeared to make his decision not to close all stores based on words that he believes God put his wife's heart in prayer. That has drawn a backlash from various groups as the pandemic continues to grow. The company did at one time say that they would close stores that were required to do so. And it's another mark against Menards as Michigan Attorney Dana Nessel says that the company appears to be engaging in practices that might endanger the health of customers and employees, including marketing and sales practices designed to increase the number of customers in a store at any given time. A letter from the AG's office, Chief of Operations Christina Grossi, says employees who fear for their safety have alleged that Menards is doing business beyond the limitation to supply only the goods necessary to maintain and improve the safety, sanitation, and essential operations of residents. Now, the letter requires the company to stop any and all activities that run contrary to the stay-at-home order and reduce the number of staff to only those necessary to perform the allowed operations. Nessel previously came down on Menards for price gouging, and the company responded with a public apology, though the company and the Attorney General are still discussing some issues related to that situation. The case against Dustin Vogelsong has been delayed due to the coronavirus pandemic. WBNO says the Defiance County grand jury that was scheduled to hear the case has been postponed as courts continue to shift priorities during the crisis. Vogelsong is accused of murdering his grandfather at a home in Ney back on March 1st, then fleeing the scene with his two children, who he left with a stranger in Camden Township before fleeing back into Williams County, where he was captured. He's currently behind bars without bond at the CCNO. Elsewhere in the criminal justice system, Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel recognized several law enforcement agencies yesterday for their help in promoting and enforcing compliance with the stay-at-home order, including our very own Branch County Sheriff's Office. In a press release, Nessel's office says that they were overwhelmed with the number of calls relating to the order, so they recently asked local law enforcement agencies to help out. Other agencies the AG thanked included Auburn Hills Police, the Department of Natural Resources Law Enforcement Division, the St. Clair Shores Police Department, and the Washtenaw County Sheriff's Office. One local hospital is taking the pandemic as an opportunity to launch a service that they had already been planning. Hillsdale Hospital is now allowing patients to be seen by their doctors and providers by video chat, joining other hospitals across the country in developing a telehealth program. Chief Operating Officer J.J. Hodgshire says that with the need for people to stay at home as much as possible, the hospital says that many patients were delaying care or deciding not to seek it at all. So they launched the program early to ensure that the community still gets the care that they need. Patients can book a virtual visit by calling the provider's office like they would for a normal in-person visit. When it's time for the appointment, the provider will call the patient, take down the necessary information, and give the patient a link by phone, text, or email. Now that link will take them to a web page to check in and the appointment will begin. Outpatient Clinics Practice Administrator Seth Gibson says that the system is very simple with no logins, downloads, or secret codes. All you need is a computer, tablet, or phone with a camera and a web browser. Google Chrome, Mozilla Firefox, and Apple Safari are all compatible with the service, but Microsoft Internet Explorer is not. 7 providers began the service on Monday, and the hospital says that they're adding more as quickly as possible. Now you can learn more at hillsdalehospital.com/virtual visits. Well, still ahead at noon, one local college postpones graduation and another school donates supplies to its local hospital. Those stories and more when we come back.
There's a reason that professionals shop at Jonesville Lumber. They expect quality, service, and knowledge. And that's exactly what they receive. For nearly 100 years, Jonesville Lumber has been family-owned. We take pride in serving our area with great products at competitive prices. We have dedicated project estimators in-house that will help figure the materials needed to complete your next task at hand. Whether you're building your dream home, adding a pole barn, building a deck, updating your kitchen, or painting your front door, let Jonesville Lumber help you with your next project.
Authentic Mexican food is just a short drive away at El Cerrito in Coldwater and Hillsdale. The variety-packed menu has something for everyone, with classic Mexican dishes, El Cerrito specialties, and tasty treats for dessert. Don't forget the best margaritas in town with margarita specials Friday and Saturday. And carry-out ordering is great for work lunches or picking up dinner for the family. Make your next meal a fiesta for your taste buds at El Cerrito on Chicago Street in downtown Coldwater and Carlton Road in Hillsdale.
Another local business has closed in Coldwater due to the pandemic. The Daily Reporter says Real Alloy shuttered its operations last week because the companies that buy their recycled metal produced also shut down. Meanwhile, people have been raising questions about what companies truly are and are not essential. A statement from Sekisui Voltec says that they are considered essential because they're a critical supplier in the global food chain supply and for various medical applications on the front lines of the COVID-19 pandemic. HC Stark remains open because of natural defense contracts, and employees at the Sporttruck USA have been placed on furlough after President Trump announced on Monday that he was extending the social distancing recommendation until the end of April. WLEN reports that Adrian College has postponed their May commencement due to the pandemic. President Jeffrey Docking told staff on Monday that the college will recognize its seniors and graduate students at an appropriate time. Online classes, labs, and studios will continue through the May term, including exams. College officials will later determine if they'll hold face-to-face summer classes. The Branch Area Transit Authority is providing a new service during the crisis. WTVB says that there will be dedicated buses to take seniors and those in vulnerable population to the local stores that have dedicated hours for them to shop. A bus will go to Walmart on Tuesdays from 6 to 7 a.m., Meijer on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 8 a.m., and Family Fare on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 9 a.m. One bus will be dedicated to each store on those days, and there will be extra buses available if there are more than 5 or 6 riders. Beta is trying to limit the passenger counts and practice social distancing on their buses. Another local college has donated medical supplies to a local hospital. The Hillsdale Daily News says Hillsdale College has sent 12,000 latex gloves to Hillsdale Hospital along with ingredients to make about 20 gallons of hand sanitizer. Provost Chris Van Orman says that the college has looked for ways to support Hillsdale Hospital and others as they work to fight the novel coronavirus. So since students are studying online at the moment, well, the science department gathered up unused supplies. The hospital COO J.J. Hodshire thanked the college, calling them a valued community partner, and said that the donation is just one of the many ways the college continues to support the hospital through the pandemic. A new effort to raise funds through unnecessary supplies is launching in Michigan. WKZO and the COVID-19 Response and Recovery Initiative will collect donations to support critical services. Funds will be distributed through the State Emergency Operations Center based on critical needs, providing food, water, education support, and other essential activities. Donations will help to leverage federal resources, including FEMA funds that require state-level funding match. You can donate any amount online at michigan.gov/fightcovid19. Well, after the break, a Navy medical ship is the target of an attempted attack, and some strange bedfellows are getting together to talk about the response to the pandemic. Stick around.
The Saucy Dogs is the name and barbecue is the game. Come on down for a good time and some great food. At Saucy Dogs, try our barbecue nachos or our tasty ribs. We'll have you howling for more. Saucy Dogs, downtown Jonesville.
Does your vehicle sound like a tractor putting down the road? Then you need to see the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. They will give you a free estimate along with first-class customer service. They custom make any exhaust needed for your vehicle. Stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
Hello everyone, it's Brett Boyd from the Market House, where we have adjusted our hours to serve the community and keep our community and our associates safe. So now Market House is available to you from 9 until 6 every single day, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. with an exclusive shopping hour for seniors from 9 to 10. And don't forget our tech shopping service as well, 517-234-2020. Market House is here for you.
Some experts are now saying that the coronavirus can spread by more than just sneezing and coughing. A prestigious scientific panel told the White House Wednesday night that the research shows coronavirus can also be spread by talking and possibly even breathing. According to Dr. Harvey Feinberg with the National Academy of Sciences, results of available studies are consistent with aerosolization of the virus from normal breathing. Now, Feinberg said he was going to start wearing a mask when he goes to the grocery store. He said even wearing a bandana would help. Now, Dr. Anthony Fauci of the White House Coronavirus Task Force said the group is toying with the idea of recommending broad use of masks in the U.S. to prevent the spread of the coronavirus. More than 900 new deaths from the coronavirus have been reported Wednesday, the most reported deaths for a single day. About 90% of Americans are now facing stay-at-home orders, but still, the White House Coronavirus Task Force projects up to 240,000 deaths from COVID-19. Nadia Romero has the latest from Washington.
Healthcare workers under strain in the hardest hit states like New York.
Waking up in the morning and walking into the hospital can feel like walking into the fire.
To limit the spread, more than 30 states now under stay-at-home or shelter-in-place orders. Florida's new order won't go into effect until Friday, while Tennessee's governor says he believes closing non-essential businesses will be enough to keep people home, causing California Governor Gavin Newsom to make this impassioned plea.
What are you waiting for? What more evidence do you need? If you think it's not going to happen to you, there are many proof points all across this country, for that matter, around the rest of the world.
President Trump said Wednesday a national stay-at-home order isn't likely right now.
There are some states that are different. There are some states that don't have much of a problem. You have to look at states. You have to give a little bit of flexibility.
The administration is optimistic the nation could be back to business by early June. Dr. Anthony Fauci warns social distancing guidelines can't be relaxed until the virus is more contained.
The one thing we hopefully would have in place, and I believe we will have in place, is a much more robust system to be able to identify someone who's infected, isolate them, and then do contact tracing. The ultimate solution to a virus that might keep coming back would be a vaccine.
In Washington, I'm Nadia Romero.
WLEN reports that Adrian College, a California train engineer is accused of deliberately derailing a train to target the Navy medical ship helping with the coronavirus response. Federal prosecutors say Eduardo Marino intentionally tried to crash a speeding train into the USNS Mercy docked at the port of Los Angeles. The medical ship is serving as a hospital to ease the burden on hospitals. The train smashed through several barriers, slid through a parking lot, and hit a fence. No one was injured in the derailment, but the train leaked fuel, requiring a hazmat response. According to prosecutors, Moreno said he thought the ship was suspicious and didn't believe it was helping the fight on COVID-19. The Federal Public Defender's Office is representing Moreno, but declined to comment on the case. The Trump administration is warning that that April will be an especially rough month regarding coronavirus cases. Officials say social distancing is helping slow the spread of the disease, but should people wear masks too? Well, opinions differ, but John Lawrence reports.
Slovakia, Austria, and the Czech Republic now require everyone to wear a mask in public to help contain the spread of the coronavirus. Even the president of Slovakia wears one when hosting official events. It's something U.S. officials are talking about.
Getting a much more broad, community-wide use of masks outside of the healthcare setting is under very active discussion.
But Dr. Fauci stresses he doesn't want this to affect mask supplies for hospitals across the country.
You can use something else over your face. It doesn't have to be a mask. But it's not a bad idea, at least for a period of time. I mean, eventually you're not going to want to do that. You're not going to have to do that. This is going to be gone.
As the White House and the CDC discuss the issue, the World Health Organization recommends only people who are sick or taking care of someone who's sick should wear masks.
There is no specific evidence to suggest that the wearing of masks by the mass population has any particular benefit. In fact, there's some evidence to suggest the opposite.
There were at least 830 deaths from COVID-19 reported on Tuesday in the U.S., and the Trump administration says the pandemic's threat has yet to peak.
This is going to be a rough 2-week period. As a nation, we face a difficult few weeks as we approach that really important day when we're going to see things get better.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
There are more than 185,000 confirmed cases in the U.S. Well, talk about strange bedfellows. A coronavirus-focused talk may soon occur between President Trump and a Democratic candidate who wants to succeed him. John Lawrence reports.
Sometimes a crisis like the COVID-19 pandemic brings people together, including politicians who have exchanged vitriol in the past. But is that realistic now?
I've learned a long time ago, never question a person's motive, but you can question their judgment. And his judgment is that many of the things he says simply are not accurate.
Despite that stance, Joe Biden's campaign says a talk between the former vice president and President Trump is being arranged.
I always found him to be a nice guy. I don't know him very well, frankly, but I think he's probably a nice guy. No, if he'd like to call, I'd absolutely take his call.
So far, there's no concrete plan or a guarantee it'll go smoothly.
I find it to be petty and a tinge of partisanship and completely unhelpful to the American population to have a former vice president who was here for 8 years in his bunker in Wilmington just lobbing criticisms.
In a USA Today op-ed in late January, Biden said President Trump was the worst possible leader to handle the COVID-19 crisis. And President Trump said this week that New York Governor Andrew Cuomo would be a better presidential candidate than Biden.
The president is always finding someone who does a better job than me. He's not wanted to run against me for the last 3 years. But Mr. President, here I come.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Biden is a front runner for the Democratic presidential nomination, but since the novel coronavirus pandemic broke out, primaries have been delayed and the campaigns for Biden and fellow candidate Senator Bernie Sanders have largely been sidelined. A lighthearted way to look at the crisis situation after this.
El Cerrito's variety-packed menu has something for everyone. With generous servings and lots of flavor, you'll think of it as a fiesta for your taste buds. Dine in or carry out at El Cerrito on Chicago Street in downtown Coldwater and Carlton Road in Hillsdale.
There's a reason that professionals shop at Jonesville Lumber. They expect quality, service, and knowledge. And that's exactly what they receive. For nearly 100 years, Jonesville Lumber has been family-owned. We take pride in serving our area with great products at competitive prices. We have dedicated project estimators in-house that will help figure the materials needed to complete your next task at hand. Whether you're building your dream home, adding a pole barn, building a deck, updating your kitchen, or painting your front door, let Jonesville Lumber help you with your next project.
The Saucy Dogs is the name and barbecue is the game.
Come on down for a good time and some great food. At Saucy Dogs, try our barbecue nachos or our tasty ribs. We'll have you howling for more. Saucy Dogs, downtown Jonesville.
And finally today, showbiz folks are going all out to convince people to stay in during the coronavirus outbreak. Jeannie Mosey has more.
If you're sitting alone on your couch, pantsless perhaps, the governor of New Jersey is not admonishing you.
No more knucklehead parties or gatherings.
He and Larry David,
I basically want to address the idiots out there,
are trying to reach the congregators, ignoring pleas to stay at home.
We got a situation.
New Jersey even recruited The Situation from the reality show Jersey Shore.
I just have unbelievable mass appeal.
To convince the fun-loving masses.
But the time for parties is over.
And Larry David is doing the same thing for California.
Nothing good ever happens going out of the house, you know that. There's just trouble out there.
But even more eyebrow-raising are the musical efforts to encourage social distancing from the parody of the Vanilla Ice classic, Ice Ice Baby,
Coronavirus, baby,
by a guy known as the Singing Dentist, to this parody of The Sound of Music.
Do not fear, but please stay here. Stay at home now, everyone.
The message? It's safer for the Von Trapp family to be Von Trapped at home.
Don't let COVID virus spread. Isolate yourself at home.
Even if the kids keep encroaching on your social distance.
Come on, stay home.
Australian comedian Chris Franklin wrote a little ditty.
The world has caught a virus, so I've written you a poem.
We need your help to cure it, so stay the at home.
Retiree Bobby Kelly turned the lyrics into song while self-quarantining at home in the woods of New Hampshire. Who needs to call people idiots and knuckleheads when you can just sing?
You need to grow a brain cell and stay the at home.
Jeannie Mo, CNN.
Keep 2 meters clear of me.
New York.
That's right, stay the F at home. Well, those are the top stories at noon. We'll see you right back here tonight, HTV1.news. Actually, we won't see you tonight at 8:30 tonight. We stopped doing that News Nightly broadcast. But we'll be back here tomorrow, I should say, at noon. Don't forget, you can find more news in our live broadcast streams 24/7 at HTV1.net. For all of us here at HTV1, I'm Scott Pienta. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon and have a great day, everyone. Tired of having everyone know you're coming before you arrive because of your exhaust? If so, then it's time to call the experts at RS Custom Exhaust in Hillsdale. RS Custom Exhaust has all the tools and parts to make your vehicle quiet again. And for you sports car enthusiasts, if you're looking for the roar to be the king of the roads, RS Custom Exhaust can help you too. With free estimates and first-class service, RS Custom Exhaust has your vehicle covered. So stop and see them today, located at 1461 Vera Drive in Hillsdale.
Hello everyone, it's Brett Boyd from the Market House, where we have adjusted our hours to serve the community and keep our community and our associates safe. So now Market House is available to you from 9 until 6 every single day, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. with an exclusive shopping hour for seniors from 9 to 10. And don't forget our tech shopping service as well, 517-234-2020. Market House is here for you.